Hello, third grade. Mr. Casper here. This week, our focus for our vocabulary strategy is going to be compound words. And to change things up a little bit, I decided to use the smartboard. Although you can see my lovely handwriting instead of it being typed. Anyway, this week we're going to focus on compound words. Pretty simple strategy. Compound words are two small words that connect to make a new word. And since it's kind of like the end of summer, I decided to use some examples that relate to summer. If you look at the four I have written up here, we have sun plus light, which equals sunlight. And if you think about it, many of you know what sunlight is, but it does involve two smaller words, the sun, of course, which we can ultimately see in the sky, and the light it provides for us, especially during the daylight hours. Our second example is a word that many of you probably are familiar with, and that's the word cookout. It's something we do a lot during the summer. We grill hamburgers and hot dogs and maybe steak and shrimp on the Barbie and all those great things. Anyway, when we take the word cook and we add out to it, we have a new word, which is cookout. And once again, cookouts are great because we usually celebrate them with family and friends. Our third one is something that maybe some of you have done, perhaps on a lake or a river, or maybe even in the ocean. We have the word water plus skiing, which equals water skiing. And once again, that's definitely a summer activity because once the weather changes, you don't want to be in the cold water when it's freezing out. Our fourth and final example is the word doghouse. Dog plus house equals doghouse. Years ago, when I was a kid, many people had dogs that weren't necessarily indoor dogs. They needed to be outside. So to provide them with a little bit of shelter, people would build little houses for their dogs. And that's kind of where the dog would stay, especially when it was raining or if it was cold. So this week, you're going to see words within our text, whether it be the floppy book or the hardback book. You're going to see words that are derived from two words, which we call compound words. So let's look for these during the week, and hopefully by dissecting the two words, you can figure out the meaning of the compound word.